Hello and welcome back to Adventures in Kal'Jaru. Today I'd like to explain how abilities work out of combat. Not all abilities have an outside of combat uh, boost or effect, but there are a good handful of abilities that will actually affect you outside of combat. And I'll go over those so that you aren't accidentally messing yourself up while outside of combat. So let's start off. I've got 3 examples here. So you got Flame Body. So in combat, contact with the Pokemon may burn the attacker. Outside of combat, your eggs. So if you have this Pokemon and 5 eggs in your party, the eggs will hatch in half the time, half the amount of steps. So eggs have a certain number of steps, but if you have Flame Body, you cut that in half. It's the same with Magma Armor. It'll just cut that time in half outside of Pokemon battles. So that is super, super helpful. Another example would be Cute Charm. Cute Charm, if he is in the front of your party, you will have a 66.7% increase in finding the opposite gender. As you can see, my little Igglybuff is a male, so that means I have a 66.7% chance of finding a female. Which, if you are hunting for Pokemon like Salandit or Salazzle, I can't remember their name exactly off the top of my head, where the females are the only one that evolve, but it's like a 15-20% chance of finding. This is where it comes in handy. I find a male Jigglypuff, Igglybuff, and then I take it to the area where I want to find the other gender, and the Cute Charm gives me a higher percentage. I wanted to test this, so I literally took it out to find one of them and walked into the cave, and I found it immediately. It was one of the first Pokemon I found. I'm not saying this is going to happen every time, but it works. So that is your second example. The next example is Intimidate. So in battle, Intimidate will lower their attack stat, which is absolutely amazing. Love it. And in raids, absolutely amazing. As long as they're a physical attacker. If they're a special attacker, you're just gonna get wailed. What Intimidate does, it works the same as Keen Eye. I couldn't find a Pokemon with Keen Eye, but it gives a 50% lower chance to find lower level Pokemon. So if you're wanting to find higher level Pokemon, you can have this Pokemon at the front of your party, and you'll have a 50% chance of finding higher level Pokemon, I guess. It just lowers the chances of finding low level Pokemon. So those are my 3 examples. Some other ones, you can just look at the flamethrowers as I explain the other ones. You got like Arena Trap and Illuminate. The encounter rate of Pokemon goes up by 200%. So if you have those at the front of your party, you'll be encountering Pokemon like crazy. I haven't been able to test this. I feel like this would be more helpful in games that don't have overworld Pokemon, and you want to encounter a lot of Pokemon in the grass. So I feel like that's where it would help, but I haven't been able to test this in Scarlet and Violet. The other one is Compound Eyes. Wild Pokemon holding some wild Pokemon hold items, and so if you have Compound Eyes at the front of your party, Pokemon are 50% more likely to have an held item. I already explained Cute Charm and Flame Body and Magma Armor. Another ability would be Honey Gatherer, so this would be like Honeycomb and Vespa Queen. I'm pretty sure both have Honey Gatherer. They gather honey. It's like a 10% chance after a battle they'll be holding honey, which you can just sell. I'm not sure if honey is a thing in this game or not, but that is another ability outside of combat that you can actually get honey and sell. Another one is Hustle, Pressure, and Vital Spirit. I still need to test this, but I feel like this would be very helpful in like EV training with chances. It gives you a 50% chance of finding higher level Pokemon, so you can see where this would be helpful in like Chansey farming, where you're going and getting the maximum level of Chanseys. Instead of them being like 47, they'd be like 52 or something. I don't know. I'll have to test it, but 50% chance of finding higher level Pokemon, definitely worth it. So just have like a Corviknight with the ability Pressure, and you'll be able to find higher level Pokemon. Another one I've already talked about, Intimidate, same as Keen Eye. Magnet Pull. I don't know very many Pokemon with this, but I'd guess somebody like all of Magnemite and Magnezone and that line would probably have this Magnet Pull. It gives you a 50% chance of increase to finding Steel-type Pokemon. So you have that at the front of your party, and you're more likely to find Steel types. So if you're looking for Steel types, find a Magnemite with this ability, and you might find more Steel types. Another good ability is Pickup. I found a couple with Pickup. Pickup is a 10% chance after a battle, it'll just pick up a random item. So after every battle, just make sure you check if your Pokemon has Pickup, that they're not holding an item. Because then if they're holding an item, they won't pick up any more items. So that is nice. You can get any random item and then go sell it later. So it's a simple way to just make a little bit of money on the side. But it doesn't work with auto battles. So you have to battle every Pokemon as you're trying to use the ability Pickup. Another one is Snow Cloak. You are 50% less likely to find Pokemon in a blizzard if this Pokemon is leading your party. Another one is Synchronize. 50% chance of finding the same nature. I guess I will explain natures while I'm at it. So your nature is right there at the top. This Pokemon is a pretty hardy by nature, which means it means nothing. You're a terrible example. There we go. You can see the little up arrow at its special defense and its little down arrow by its defense. So your nature affects this. It is a gentle nature. So that will boost his special defense and lower his defense. And you can change these with mints, and I'll explain that in another video. But if you have Synchronize and you set up your Pokemon to the nature you want, you'll be able to go and find the same nature while you're out looking for Pokemon. That way you don't have to buy mints, which are like 10 or 15,000, and you'll just be able to find the right nature. I wish you could figure out what nature they had before you caught them, but you can't. You have to catch them, then you can tell their nature. And the last one is White Smoke. It just makes it 50% less likely to find Pokemon. Like, your encounter rate will just drop. So that one, if you're looking for a Pokemon, make sure your Pokemon does not have White Smoke as their ability, because you're not going to find Pokemon very often if you have that ability. I hope this helped and explained the effects that are going on outside of battle with these different abilities. So hopefully this helps and you aren't messing up your catch rates and the Pokemon you're catching with these abilities, and hopefully you can use them to your advantage. Have a great day.